Hey guys, Hydra here. I'm extremely tired because it's past 3 in the morning right now for me. But anyway, a few hours back, the 7.0 PTB and transmission chapter has launched. And while people seems to me have been having a blast with the new killer, new map, new survivor and new perks, I wasn't able to play the PTB due to my diploma deadline. I need to finish the text before 23:59 on 25th of May and submit it. But I had time to read the patch notes, find something that surprised me, and ask my friends to test it out if it actually works on the PTB. And after that, I came to record this video. So, we are talking about this nice guy, Pyramid Head, the Executioner, probably one of the strongest and one of the most consistent killers in the entire game. This consistency comes from the fact that his base kit is really strong and his add-ons are extremely terrible. Usually when we're talking about Pyramid's add-ons, the two most effective ones are the range add-ons, I've got them here, and sometimes add-ons that increase duration of Trails of Torment, though I almost always resort to these add-ons. All of the other add-ons are just fucking useless and are due for the rework. So Pyramid Head's power level never spikes somewhere out of control, and it is generally on an extremely nice baseline. One of the reasons for this extremely nice baseline is the fact that Pyramid is the best tunneler in the entire game. This extreme prowess in tunneling comes from his Cages of Atonement, which are basically hooks that completely ignore all perks that work from unhooking someone or from being unhooked or while someone is on the hook. Meaning that if a survivor is inside the Cage of Atonement, you cannot reassure him, kinship cannot be activated. Yeah, they've patched that out like 2 updates ago. Also, after the survivor is unhooked, they don't uncaged, okay. They don't get base kit BT, they don't get additional BT from the perk, they don't get decisive strike, they don't get death hard of the record. Nothing, just completely nothing. Probably the one thing that will help you out of a cage is adrenaline. That still works, but nothing else. And this makes Pyramid an extremely efficient tunneler. Once someone has been hooked, has been caged, he will then be killed extremely fast. Because Pyramid Heads, especially good ones, know where the cages spawn, they send people away, then they go to those places, use their power and hit the guy off the cage together with the guy who uncaged him. However, cages require some skill and mostly luck to implement and to torment survivors for them. Because you need to draw your how is it called? You need to draw your Trails of Torment, you need to make survivors step into them, survivors will do anything in their power to not step into trails and not get tormented and thus not get caged. So usually it's like 1 cage per survivor tops per match of Pyramid Head. And maybe this is the reason for the buff this killer gets on the PTB, but I cannot explain it rationally, I just can't. So what happens on the PTB right now? For some reason, Behavior decided that Pyramid Head needed a tiny buff, which now on the PTB makes his Punishment of the Damned, his special attack, his M2, inflict torment on survivors upon injuring or downing them. Why would they think this is a good idea? I genuinely don't get it. This is a terrible idea. Basically what it means is that any hook for Pyramid Head now is Cage of Atonement. Every single one. He doesn't need to hook people. This removes, on the one side, some of the perks he could have used with hooks, but on the other side, it removes half of what survivors usually bring into the match, and it removes half of all the tactics survivors implement in regards of hooks. Like, you can run into a corner, but what good will that do to you if Pyramid just cages you straight up. This is terrible. Tunneling is one of the issues people complain about the most, together with camping. And while on one side behavior are trying to implement features against camping, they take the one killer who is extremely efficient in tunneling, who is the best tunneler in the entire game, and they buff his tunneling capabilities. I don't know from where this buff came from, but this is something that should not ever get to live servers. It just shouldn't. If it does, I'm starting a win streak on Pyramid Head and trying to go with it until they revert the changes. I really don't like the direction that this is going, and just God, please let this buff not survive the PTB and get patched out before it goes on live servers. I don't believe that anyone who sees this video will disagree with me. This is stupid. Buffing tunneling capabilities of a certain killer is extremely stupid. I don't know what behavior we're thinking about, I don't know who decided this will be a good idea, I don't even know who decided that Pyramid Head needed any changes apart from the Eren problem. However, right now on the PTP, this is a thing, you can go test it out. If you don't believe me, I will test it out myself, because maybe I don't believe myself. And anyway, I want to feel how terribly wrong this is before it gets patched out eventually. And with that said, thank you for your attention. I don't know, I am bad at ending videos. Anyway, goodbye guys, I'll see you in the next one, hopefully a well-edited one. Bye.